Hey coaches, my name is Becky Schrader and I am your Beachbody coach. This is a quick tutorial on how to use our team Evernote to track your interactions with your list of resources. So I'm going to show you how to set up your Evernote view so that you can utilize these templates that we've put together and begin tracking your interactions with the people you're talking to about our fitness challenges as well as our business. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you should have already downloaded Evernote to your PC. So you want to find it and open it, the application. If it doesn't automatically load to this view, then you want to scroll down on the left and click on Notebooks. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is create a new notebook. I would probably call it My Business. So in this case, for the tutorial, since I already have one of those notebooks, I'm going to call it Temp. I'll call it Demo Business, but you should name it something, that matters to you. All right, great. Now you've got a new notebook with no notes in it. This is what a new notebook looks like. Pretty empty, okay? The next thing you want to do is to go to the notebook under Team Core Conviction called Templates, okay? In here, you're going to see our template designs for the information you want to be tracking about each type of person you're interacting with. So typically the rule of thumb is that if you have not yet enrolled a person as a client of yours, aka they have a Team Beachbody account that's associated with you, then they are what is considered a lead, right? Because they are potentially a customer, but they're not a customer yet. Versus if you have a client, they have already either enrolled with a free membership to Team Beachbody with you, or they've actually purchased something. And then obviously a coach is pretty self-explanatory. They have become a coach on your team. So what you want to do is take these templates and actually just copy them to your notebook. So what I typically do is I will open the note. I will put my cursor over here, select all, copy. I'm going to go back to my notebook. I'm going to create a new note, paste it in. And I will name it the same thing, lead name. Okay, so you do that for all three of these. We'll just see how fast we can do it here. It's a race. I can remember what I'm doing here. Templates, coach, demo. Where is it? Seriously, did I lose it? Okay, there it is. New 12V coach name. Okay, so now that you have your business notebook, aka your place that you're going to track all the interactions with your list of resources, and you have the clients and leads and coach templates populated in your notebook, you're ready to begin adding people. So just a quick tip, the reason I make the name of these templates with an underscore in the beginning is so that they always pop to the top of this list, because once you start adding a lot of people, like I'll show you my lead list here, right? I got a lot of different leads I'm working with right now, but my lead name always pops to the top. The reason that's important is I will show you right now. Okay, so let's say you have a new lead, someone that you're talking to on Facebook. First thing I would do is what we just did. Come in here, make a copy of that information, create a new notebook in your demo, in your business, paste it in here, and then you're going to put the name of the person at the top. The name of that person is going to be, whatever, Rachel Smith. Okay? Depending on how you met this person determines what information you put below. But here's kind of just the guideline on what we do. So the first thing I do is I come down to this section here with all these little check boxes. And so when I first set up a new lead, the first thing I will do is to tag their card, aka this note, with some things about them that were relevant to them. So it might be like 21-day fix, or it might be my May challenge group that we were talking about, or they may have come to me from my coach advertisement, that sort of thing. And if say we've started talking about Shakeology, I might even say Shakeology prospect, because they haven't actually bought it yet, right? But I know that it's somebody that I want to talk to or continue talking to about Shakeology. Okay. This stuff that you'd fill in down here, you could say, I met them in a, Facebook group on today. Yes, we've become friends. And remember from our last video about categorizing your friends list, in this case, I would say she's on the June 2015 list. If I had her Facebook link, I would paste it here, I'm just going to put a dummy one in here so that I could go and immediately get her, Facebook if I needed it. Put her email in here if I have that. If you don't have all this information, it's no big deal. It's just, again, this is like a living, breathing card for this person that is going to be like your record of interaction with them. So think about fast forwarding a year from now when Rachel has committed to a challenge group and then she became a coach and she's building her own business. You're going to have a good record here of what you have done with Rachel to date. Okay, so that's why it's important, even though this may seem tedious at the beginning, it's important to begin the habit of creating and keeping accurate records about the people you're interacting with so that you have a reference point with them. Okay, it will make sense later, but just trust me on this one. Okay, so that's kind of just the basic stuff I do when I first set up a new lead card. And then, I might say, okay, did I actually initiate a conversation with them? Or was this just somebody that I added them on Facebook and I haven't actually reached out to them yet? So let's say I did. I initiated the conversation. So I would say up here, 6/6/15, 15, sent Facebook message. Love the picture of her dog. Right, just a reference point. You could even say here, I always put the date so that I know, when it was approximately. You could say here, whatever, shared, what could you say? Relationship/form is where you want to keep kind of a record of what you know about the person. Again, what are their strengths? What are their interests, goals, needs? What do they like? What do they don't like? This is information that will really help you when you are beginning to position, either them joining a challenge group or joining your coach team, because it's information that you know about them that they've shared with you through your conversations. So let's just say here she's a mom of 3, lives in Pennsylvania, works 2 jobs, whatever, that kind of thing. Loves running and cardio, but wants to tone up, whatever. All this information you would just type here. And this would be, as you find out more things about them, let's say a month later you're talking to her again and you say, quit her job, got fired from her job, whatever. You just type in the stuff here that you want to remember about them so that you can use it as a reference point later. So let's just say, forget that. Let's just say, you had this conversation with her, you got to know her a little bit, found out about her work, found out about what she liked to do, etc. So the next step I would probably put here is, if I didn't have a specific action from our conversation, I would say on, 6/10, I am going to invite to next challenge group. Okay, that's my next step I want to make with her. All right, so then I'd come up here to this little clock, and I'd say, add a reminder. So you set the date. This is going to be June 10th, right? And that's it. So now you can see over here in your business database that you have a reminder for Rachel Smith. Okay. What's going to happen is each day when those reminders come due, right? So it's due on the 10th. So on the morning of the 10th, you're going to get an email from Evernote to your email address that you set up your Evernote account with. And it's going to say, hey, by the way, you have a reminder. You need to contact Rachel Smith. So you can either click on the link that's in that email and it'll take you here, or you can just, you should be logging into your Evernote to check your lists and, work on your next tasks every day anyway. So you should see that anything that's due today, right? You would want to come in, see what it is, and then just quickly fire off the message to her. Say, hey, my next challenge group is coming up. It starts on the 22nd. I think it would be a great fit for you because you said you were really into cardio, but that you wanted to tone up. The program we're using in this group is going to really focus on, shedding those last 5 pounds and getting some muscle tone so that you look really awesome in your bikini this summer. Whatever, right? You would just send that message to her real quick, check this off, and this is the important part, guys. You don't ever want to leave your card without your next reminder set up. So let's say 6:10 came around, you sent her the invite to the challenge group, then you're going to set your next one for 2 days later. Follow up about the challenge group. You change your reminder date to the 12th. And that's it. Now you're going to get an email on the 12th that says, hey, by the way, your next thing for Rachel is due. And you just repeat the process over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? So I'll give you an example. Like here is my leads that I've been working. These are a little dated because I've been away for a week. But you can see here, right? These are all my reminders. So anybody that I needed to follow up with on the 30th or the 31st, right? I would just come in here and say, okay, in this case, Ryan, did he watch the business webinar? Because that's what I'm talking to him about right now, right? Same thing with Adrian or Angela, etc. So I would just go through here, I would click that off, send him a quick message on Facebook, and then set my next reminder for a couple days later. All right, so that's basically it, guys. There's no magic here. It's just consistency and diligence. And I promise you, if you use this system, basically every time you talk to somebody new, create a new lead note and fill in the information about them, set your reminders, and stay consistent with working those reminders. Don't get behind. You will see progress in your conversations and in new people coming on board with you as clients and coaches. Okay? That's all I got for you today. If you have any questions, of course, please email me at fitnesswithbecky@gmail.com. I'll talk to you soon.